Welcome to what is now Tales of Cold Steel PC version 1.3.1. Let's start off where we left off, right behind a boss door. Don't know how long the stream might be. Might get really tired, but let's see.
Elliot? Fiona!
You're not Craig.
And your friends are with you too.
It's good to see you're safe, Fiona.
Hiya, Fiona. Your knights in shining armor are here.
I don't know how I can possibly begin to thank you. And just look at you, Elliot. You've grown so much since I last saw you. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, she was never voiced in the first game, was she?
Silence, girl! Do you have any idea of the situation you're in?
Oh boy, he's got those R's
And
rolling.
that goes for the rest of you too! Don't come any closer! That is, if you value her life.
No! Fiona!
You dare use a hostage as a shield? Have you no pride as a noble? Get that filthy sword of yours away from her at once!
Lord Eustace, I must ask that you please stand back. I am merely acting under the orders of your father.
I think you're the one who doesn't understand the situation that they're in. If you put so much as a scratch on her, you can forget your chances of getting out of here unharmed.
And it looks like the Jaegers your boss hired aren't here, so you can kiss any backup plans you've got up your sleeve goodbye. You can surrender peacefully, or you can walk out of here with one less hand. Your call.
You talk big now, but you're going to regret ever setting foot in the Twin Dragons Breach!
Oh boy! This is, pretty reminiscent of what happened in, was it FC?
What?
Drills in the Sky?
They're gigantic!
Are these like the ones we fought underneath Bereahard?
Oh yeah, that one too.
These are more highly trained. Please, be careful!
Those are no ordinary beasts. Go forth, Geyserdovens! Tear them to shreds with your ferocious fangs!
We're going to have to take them out!
Right!
Stay there, Fiona. We'll save you as soon as we've taken care of this.
Alright, let's do this.
Watch out! This is a tough one!
Armor Crusher defense. More than likely they'll inflict feint. Hopefully not, but more than likely that will be the case. Let's battle scope. Yeah. I guess it'll be one vulnerable to physical attacks, one vulnerable to arts, like usual. Let's see, present, fierce, and intelligent, works with others to opponents' prey. No, it looks like they're just meat shields. Alright, I can handle that. Let's see. 20% vulnerable to attack delay, 20% vulnerable to attack delay. Level 83. How about feint? Let's see. Sleep would be good if I had it. I guess Elliot has it. Let's see.
Alright, let's do this!
Right. Leave it to me!
Let's see. This could work.
My turn. Now's our chance. Don't let it pass!
Leave it to me!
Okay.
Okay, and I'll give a battle scope to him. Should be set for taking them out now.
I'll handle
The
it.
defense thing is a little bit annoying. Let's see. What about blind? How vulnerable? 20% vulnerable to blind. 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 20% vulnerable to 50%, so that'll be a 15% chance of working. 6% chance. 10% chance. Let's try it,
Here
why
I
not?
go.
Damn.
My turn.
I'll handle it.
Leave it to me.
Now!
Got you.
Very well. Now's our chance. Don't let it pass.
Yeah!
Alright. Now we are significantly
I'll
faster than
handle
they are.
Eliminating targets.
Let's move.
That's fine. Alright, so...
Now.
You're mine. Leave it to me. Behold.
Overdrive.
Let's see.
Now!
Got you. Here I go. Now. Let's go, everyone.
Right!
Very well.
Roger. Okay.
It's only fair that I nuke them right after this.
Now!
Got you. Gather on my blade.
I'm gonna use it anyway. Yeah, these bosses aren't particularly tough. It's mainly just big old meat shields. So this will take care of one of them, and the other one I can take out more fairly.
I'll handle it. Got it.
There! My turn. Now's our chance. Don't let it pass.
Yeah. You got it. Okay.
Let's see.
Focus activate.
I suppose I should thank you.
Yeah, I outspeed them by a lot. Ooh, call allies?
My turn.
I called a few little guys. That's annoying. But manageable.
Eliminating targets.
Leave it to me.
Now!
Got you. Let's move.
Let's see. Gilliax would probably be best.
Second form. Damn.
Nice.
Now's our chance.
You're mine.
And does the delay work? No, it did not.
Very well.
Yeah, that's not going to help you much. So very, very close. Huh? Let's see, what are you vulnerable to again? Okay, I don't have anything that's good against you, do I? Alright, so Dark Matter it is.
Huh.
Okay.
My turn.
Let's move.
I'll handle this.
Grit. And he landed a critical with that too.
I shall fulfill my duty as a noble.
Let's see. Mobius. Range +2, wow. Oh, that's item range. Damn it.
Great.
A map.
I've got this.
I did it!
I'm so
This can't be happening!
There!
We did it.
Thank goodness. You're all okay.
I think it's about time you toss that sword aside, don't you?
Grr. I'm not finished yet.
Oh great, is there more of them? Great.
Way. There's more of them.
I mean, I could handle them. That's just
You're only
annoying.
delaying the inevitable. Give up and surrender.
Silence! You should be the one surrendering. If this commoner's life means anything to you, then enough of this nonsense.
Oh hey! Look who it is.
That's... Whoa.
Ah!
One strike, of course. Ow. Ow. That would hurt.
Fiona!
You were...
Instructor Neidhart!
I'm pleased to see you all again.
Can't remember if he was voicing the first game or not. I think
But
he had a
I'm no
few
longer your
lines.
instructor. So you should address me as Major Neidhart now.
You haven't changed.
No, I don't think he had voice lines.
As serious as ever.
But I can't
see.
say for 100% certainty.
Well, look who showed up to steal all the glory. Good to see you alive, Major Neidhart.
Likewise.
Fiona, are you okay?
It's okay. I'm perfectly fine. Thank you, Elliot. For coming to save me. For being okay. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm happy you're okay too. I was so worried.
Thank you, each and every one of you. How could I ever possibly repay you?
We're just glad that you're all right.
Getting to hear you play the piano again is all the thanks I need.
The Lieutenant General should have this fortress under control before long. You can relax, at least for now.
So what happened to those Jaegers? Yes, abandoned ship. With that, the Twin Dragon's voyage fell with minimal conflict. And fortunately, they were able to rescue Fiona unharmed. Following the battle, the 4th Armored Division occupied the base, and the soldiers who were stationed there were forced to retreat back to Keldic. However, Keldic was ill-suited as a base and they quickly abandoned it, edging farther south. They eventually joined forces with those stationed within Bereahard. Together, they strengthened the city's defenses. The 4th Armored Division, meanwhile, chose not to pursue them, electing only to free Keldic. As another Noble Alliance force was stationed along the route to Trista, a stalemate between the two armies resumed. So not much has changed. That is unfortunate.
Thank you again for rescuing me. I don't know what I would have done if not for you.
Never in my wildest dreams could I have imagined Her Highness coming to my daughter's rescue. I am truly humbled. How can I possibly repay the kindness you have bestowed upon my family?
You needn't repay me for a thing, General. We're all just glad that everything ended without incident.
Thankfully, yeah.
By the way, That was pretty slick timing on your part, Major. I thought you'd been acting separately from the 4th Armored Division all this time.
Indeed. We were told you were in Western Erebonia.
That's correct, actually. I was away getting in contact with the other divisions, the 7th included. Yesterday, however, I caught word that Miss Craig had been moved here. As soon as I heard the news, I hurried here in record time.
I'm trying to remember where his voice is
you're
from.
so
I feel like I've
sweet,
heard it
my
before.
heart.
But I can't put my finger on it.
Not at all. I simply did as anyone in my position would.
Huh? What's up with those two?
He's got the hots for her. I can tell.
Huh? But they've known each other for ages, though.
Still, it's unlike you to act on a whim, Nightheart. Perhaps it's a sign you're becoming more flexible as a soldier, and I mean that in a good way.
I do realize that, but it was in part due to receiving some guidance from a rather peculiar source. And having discovered a way into the base thanks to that, I resolved to make use of it.
A peculiar source?
Kinda like with us and that weird guy.
Do you mean...
Second.
You wouldn't happen to be referring to a suspicious hooded man, would you?
As it so happens, I am. Is he an acquaintance of yours?
Well, acquaintance is a strong word.
Suspicious is right, though.
Yeah.
Now you've got me curious.
Well, leaving him aside for the time being, the 4th Armored Division will be assuming control of the Twin Dragons Bridge from this point forward. Leave everything here to us. You need only to focus on deciding your next destination.
The internet with my phone is garbage.
Should you require any supplies, you may want to stop by Keldic before leaving.
Thanks, Dad.
Cam Clark.
We are pretty short on supplies, so that sounds like an excellent idea in my
Where
book.
have I heard his voice before?
While you may have ended up fighting alongside the Imperial Army this time,
I'm pretty sure it's from a game, so let's...
I do feel
See
that
if I
there
can
is
find it.
significance in you continuing to act as a third faction. I will be wishing you well.
Thank you, Major.
Right back at ya.
Thought so. He voiced,
See you later, Fiona.
Ryudo and the father guy in, Grandia 2. And he was, was it Kratos in Tales of Symphonia?
Bye!
So that's where it
Be
sounds
safe.
familiar. After saying their goodbyes, Class 7 left those at the Twin Dragons Bridge behind. As per Lieutenant General Craig's suggestion, they chose to stop by at the newly liberated Keldic. While the Courageous is being resupplied, they decide to walk around and check up on the townsfolk. Next day, December 18th. Month 12, day 18, I guess. That works too. Well, should be all set on supplies for now. The townsfolk all seem pretty relieved now that the provincial army's gone too. So glad everything went well. Still some time until we have to leave. I know Becky and Rosine are somewhere around here. Maybe I should catch up with them. I'm kinda curious what the rest of the gang is up to too. Bonding points can be used to trigger bonding events that will be allocated to you on stopover days. Advance the story, choose to board the Courageous at the eastern exit. Okay. See bonding points. For the duration of this stopover day, Keldic's town map can be accessed by pressing the X button. So 5 bonding points. And pretty much everyone's available. And we all know what this means. Stop right up, come on, you know, let's roll the random generator. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Grand number between. No, not 9,912. I wanted 12. Alright, let's roll the dice. See what we get. 2. Ooh, Toa. Next. Number 6. Let's see, that would be 4, 5, 6. Sarah, again. Next. 8. Let's see, that would be Machias. Next. 6 again. 11. That would be Alyssa. Last up is 5, and that's she. Isn't this fun? Just leaving everything up to RNG. What a life I live. Alright. Let's do the bonding events first, and then we'll talk with everybody in town. We'll do it in order that we got it. So, let's start with Toa. I spoke with the market manager, and he agreed to let us use some of the stuff from the stalls that have closed down. Normally I wouldn't have asked, but George said he needed materials for repairing the ship. When you're acting captain, you gotta work with what you're given. This looks like a bit much for her to carry all on her own. I can take half of that for you. Actually, I should probably take more than half. This stuff's probably as heavy as you are. There's no way you should be carrying it all on your own. Well, if you're sure. Oh, since you volunteered, mind doing something else for me too? There's a bunch of unusable stuff here that I'd like to take for myself, so if you wouldn't mind, you want me to drag this junk for you somewhere too? If you think you could turn into something useful, then sure. Green cheerfully helped Toa sort all the usable items from the unusable items. Together, the two of them carried anything worthwhile back to the ship. After that, they took the unusable stuff to the highway. There we go, all ready. This is like a setup you'd see on a firing range. Uh-huh, that's exactly what it is. This is a perfect opportunity for me to get some practice in. You know what they say, no time like the present. Practice? What kind of practice? Just watch. She's got an orbital pistol. That's an orbital gun, isn't it? Pretty big one at that. The design doesn't look anything look a thing like your standard Reinford Company production, though. That's because it was made at ZCF in Liberal, actually. It's different from your orbital gun that shoots art-based bullets. I guess the easiest way to understand is think of it as an orbital staff, but like in the shape of a gun. First our Arcus units, now this. Technology continues to impress. I had no idea ZCF was even producing stuff like this. Oliver gave it to you, didn't he? Yep, right before he parted ways with us. It's a prototype too, so normally only people involved in its development would be able to get their hands on one. Prince must have some connections within the ZCF. Oh yeah, Tita, of course. Lucky us. I bet Alyssa would be surprised to hear about this. Well, it is a totally new invention. Though I thought I'd be okay with it because my experience using regular orbital guns at the Academy, but it turns out I was wrong. So would you mind helping me out with my target practice read? Not at all. Can I ask what brought all this on, though? You're already the best backup we could ask for. It seems odd for you to be taking up a weapon now. I was actually a bit perplexed myself when he handed this to me, but I think you realize that I've been worried about my own lack of strength lately. You have? Sorry, I didn't even notice. That's okay. I've just been tasked with looking after the courageous. I can't rely on everyone protecting me forever. And this isn't just some minor clash we've been swept up in either. This is a full-on war in every sense of the word. If I can't look after myself, I'm just going to end up being a burden. That's the last thing I want, so can you see why I want to become strong enough to protect myself? This has really been weighing you down, hasn't it? It's not just that either. Viscount Arcade specifically chose me to succeed him. He's trusting me to fill his shoes. To me, that makes it my duty to become capable of supporting everyone on the courageous. Well, that's more than enough to convince me. If you got your heart set on this, then I'll gladly help you out. Let's become stronger together, Toa, along with the rest of the courageous. Yeah. She may be small, but I don't know anyone else who works half as hard as she does. I'll have to do what I can for her sake, too. After joining her practice for a while, Reem leisurely walked Toa back to town. Okay, yeah, she's gonna be a fighter. Got it. Reem and President Toa reached Link level 4. So let's see. He's not listed as a party member yet. Alright. So, next up would be Sarah. Let's head to the Leathercock Inn and talk to her. She's probably drinking at the bar. Called it. Ah, Celtic really knows how to brew a damn good beer. I should have known I'd find you here. Still, hard to argue that she hasn't earned it. This time anyway. Seemed preoccupied with the whole time you're at Twin Dragon's Bridge too. What's that stare? Nothing much. Just be careful you don't end up getting so smashed you end up getting left behind here, okay? Don't you worry, I'm an instructor. And I'd never be caught that unawares. Besides, I have years of practice. Ooh, maybe I should haul a few barrels of beer on board when I need a little pick-me-up. Proposal denied. We're a student-run airship. You can't just haul whole kegs of booze on board. What a killjoy. Should I stay with her for a bit? I'm a little concerned about her. Well, just in case, I think I'm gonna stay with you for a little while. I'm afraid to say I wouldn't put it past you to drink yourself under the table and somehow get left behind here. Oh, come on, you could at least rummage up a little good faith in your instructor. Oh well, can't say I mind having some company. Margaret, I'm looking at your best lager for my student. A tea would be fantastic, thanks. Yes, boy, that hit the spot. Hear me again, Margaret. Already? Aren't you jotting those down kind of fast? No problem. One quick snooze to counter the booze is all I need. Don't worry, Irene. Sarah's a relatively harmless drunk. She'll drink away, have some fun, pass out for a while, then wake up in tip-top shape. That's why most people tend to let her drink as she pleases. I've never seen her cause that much trouble while drunk, actually. Glad we're all on board with my drinking then. Hey, where's that refill? Sorry, but we're all out. Say it ain't so. It's hard to get a steady supply nowadays thanks to the sad state of the Grand Market. We went all out today as well since it's a special occasion, but I'm afraid yours was the last one. Might be able to get your hands on some if you head over to the Grand Market though. Oh baby, fortune's on my side after all. Hey Reen, I got a little job for you. Join me in my quest to acquire booze. Allow me to respectfully decline. Aw, you're really gonna make a drunk carry stuff on her own? Pretty please. Cherry on top. Keep our seats, Margaret. We'll be right back. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. Oh well, buy a barrel or two and I'll pay you for it later. Heh, Roger. Wait, we're really doing this? Yes, we are, Reen. Despite Reen's objections, he was dragged to the Grand Market against his will. After finding and buying some barrels of Celtic Special Brew, Borvai was then asked politely to carry them all the way back. Are these filled with concrete or something? Oh, come on, man up already. Gotta hurry so I can get back to drinking. Sorry, but I need a minute to catch my breath. Your love for alcohol never ceases to amaze. Mr. Kafai and Dad are the same way, but they're older. I don't think alcoholism is as common in people as young as you. You really know how to flatter a lady, mister. I'm kinda surprised I actually came to like it this much myself, actually. I only ever got this way because I was copying someone else at first. Oh, would you mind if I asked who you were copying? A certain gentleman whom I owe a fair amount. He's the type of person who'd fit right in at an empty bar, swirling his bourbon oh so tenderly. I couldn't help but look up to that image, which is how it all started. And who exactly would that be? Oops, this probably isn't a conversation to be having with my students, huh? Just, try and forget what I said anything. It's not that important anyway. Well, it's not that often I get to hear you talk about these things. I have to ask, though. Where's this fondness for classy gentlemen? Is this where your fondness for classy gentlemen originated from? Who knows? I'll let you figure that one out. More importantly, though, get back to carrying. I can feel myself sobering up here. On it, fair madame. To carrying the barrels back, Rian was forced to bear witness to yet another intense drinking session. Alright, let's see what Machias is up to. Where is he? He is in the Orbital shop. There you are. The Orbital shotgun was in need of some maintenance, so I finally decided to bite the bullet and have someone take a look at it. I'll be staying right here until I get it back. Once I do, I want to go out and thank some people. If there ain't anything the towns will dig for us by letting us hide out here, I want them to know their kindness wasn't taken for granted. He's right. Really owed them. We really owed them. Ah, sorry. Maybe I should join him? Yep. He won the lottery after all. Do you mind if I join you? These people did so much for us that I think they really deserve our thanks. Happy to have the company. They waited for mains to be finished and Machias' shotgun, then hit the town to start thanking people. Hello, Machias, and your friend too. Thanks for feeding Lulu the other day. It's fine. I used to do the same for the cats that lived around my home. And aside, I hope you're not still bullying Susie, Jake. Maybe I am, or maybe I'm not. Who cares about that, though? Come play as a Spexter. It's a Spexter. How many times do I need to tell you to have some respect for your elders? Despite the teasing, he seems to get along with them fairly well. Honestly, you kids don't know how worried I was when you never came back from the Twin Dragon's Bridge. Thank goodness you're unharmed. Sorry, we really should have gotten in contact with you sooner. We still can't thank you enough for providing us with food and drinks while we were here. We'll be sure to pay you back in full one day. Don't you worry about that. You just focus on what you need to do for now. I'm sure things will only be tougher from here on out, after all. What, you wanted to thank me? Hey, no need for that. If you really want to, though, buy a newspaper for 10. I'll get back to you on that. He never stops trying to win a sale, does he? There's no need for you to thank us. In fact, we're the ones who should be thanking you all for everything you've done. No, not at all. Class 7 may never have been reunited if not for the help of everyone here. Oh, we hardly did anything of note. You're all students of my good friend Van Dyke, too, so it was only natural. I look forward to seeing how much you can grow by the time this war comes to an end. Thank you, sir. We won't let you down. That should be everyone, I think. I have to admit, I wasn't expecting them all to cheer me on like that. This goes to show how meaningful the time you spent here was. They all seem pretty happy about being freed from the Noble Alliance, too. It's a bit too early to be celebrating. It could come back at any moment. Still, going around and talking to the townsfolk has helped me better see that Celtic is free now for now. I think I'm starting to see the power we have to help change things in Erebonia for the better. Yeah, definitely. This is only the start though. It's up to us to set the heights we achieve. And I won't forget it. Battle Monkey strengthened. It's now level 4. Anger? What is there to be angry about? Alright, so next up is Alyssa, who... is standing in front of the station. I think. Yeah, there she is. Hard not to get a little nostalgic being back here, is it? Thinking back on all those requests we did and the whole mess at the Grand Market last time we were here. I bet none of us ever thought things would get this crazy back then. Oh well, no sense taking a stroll down memory lane when I could actually walk around and get and look at things here. They ask if she wants some company? Mind if I looked around with you? Go right ahead. Where should we start? Green and Alyssa decided they'd go back to see parts of town that had the biggest impact on them. It's kind of surreal thinking about how this is where it all started. Getting dragged out here and handed a bunch of requests from the townsfolk sure was something. It certainly was an interesting experience, especially with Instructor Sarah's refusal to help us at all. Though it all makes sense now that we know she's a former bracer. Thanks to all those field studies, we learned how to think and operate independently. Yeah, normal students would have gotten the same opportunity to learn things that way. The fact that we've overcome so much since then just goes to show what an effective method it was, right? Hector is right. And we need to keep applying what she taught us, even now. Celtic's Grand Market sure brings back memories too. This is where things really kicked off for us. Definitely. First there was a dispute between the merchants. Then we got caught up in that case with those bandits. I don't think I've ever questioned so many people in my life. It was tough, but our teamwork helped us pull through in the end. If we'd been short by even one person, I doubt things would have gone as well as they did. Especially if you hadn't been there. You played a huge part in the whole thing. Way to inflate a guy's ego. All that's left now is the highway. Granted, we can't really go too far out. How about we take a ride on your bike? I want to see what's going on over near Trista, too. Might as well. I'll head back to the Courageous then. You even got the sidecar, so I'll grab that while I'm there. Oh, you don't need to go through all that hassle. I'll just ride on the back to keep things simple. Sure, we could do that. Well, they still got military stuffs. The road to Heimdall still seems really well protected. Perhaps more so now. Now that they've lost the Twin Dragon's Bridge, this area is probably more vital to the Alliance than ever. Yeah, it still doesn't look like we're getting back to Trista anytime soon. Don't worry, our day will come. Might not have been our intention, but we played a part in liberating Celtic. We'll try to liberate Trista and the Academy the same way. I guess. That's right, we gotta think positive. We need to keep moving forward and believe that our path will take us there eventually. You return to Celtic, taking extra care not to be noticed by the Noble Alliance forces along the way. Final with Alyssa strengthened. It's now level 4. Arotelas. That is useful. That's pretty darn useful, actually. Alright, last but not least is Fee, who is also in the Weathercock Inn, probably sleeping somewhere. If I had to take a guess. Is that her? No, that's Laura. Yep. She's just sleeping there in the corner. Me? I should have guessed she'd be asleep. Odd place for a nap, Fee. Now you think about it, this was about the time where those Jaeger showed up last time. Maybe the worry that they might show up again tired her out. I hope she doesn't catch a cold sleeping here. I don't want to leave her here, but I don't want to wake her up either. Maybe I can carry her to her bed without waking her up. But will it work? Will it really work, Green? Up we go. Surprised at how light she is. I hope she's eating well enough. Might be in the middle of a war, but someone her age still needs to sleep well. She's still growing. Not that she's ever had an issue with sleep. She's actually built pretty well for how young she is. It's like her muscles developed specifically for the purpose of being useful on the battlefield. Just holding her like this tells me a lot about the life she's led until now. Sorry, did I wake you up? It's fine. What are you doing, though? We're napping in the hallway, so I figured it'd be best to let you sleep on an actual bed. So you're taking me to a bed, then? Let's not say things that would wind up labeling me as a criminal. What's up? Nothing much. Just had a dream about what happened 10 years ago. Back when the boss first took me into Zephyr. Ah, I see. Might have been because you were carrying me. Wish I could see him again. I know, Fee. It's like she was only half awake. Did you start seeing Zephyr's leader in me, though? I believe that we've essentially become Fee's new family at this point, but even then, we can't replace Zephyr for you, you know. So there's no need to bring it up. I've probably forgotten all about this when she's awake. Nighty-night, Fee. Here we go. I'll come wake her up when it's time for all of us to meet up. Bond with Fee strengthened. Okay. So now let's talk with everybody. I guess since we're already here, let's start with every single person in the buildings, and then talk with everybody who's outside. Sound like a light. We'll have to wake her before we head off. Hey people, noise levels down a little please. Cat trying to sleep here. The way they're hooting and hollering, you think the war was over. Well, they were just freed from a brutal tyrant. Let them have their moment. Not like we're using today for anything but rest, right? I guess things did turn out okay. You guys matched pretty well with Valimar, too, so try to keep that up for next time. Don't do anything too crazy, got it? It takes a certain type of guy to take a sleeping girl to bed the way you did. I'm still not sure if you're a sweetheart or just plain dangerous. Keep it up or you're gonna run head first into some real trouble as you get older. Wait, what exactly is she mad about now? Talking about Fee. Funny. Hey, Anton! I went all the way to Guerrilla Fortress and still couldn't find any clues. Where are you, Ricky? I'm not giving up on you, Ricky. You're my one and only best friend, and I'm gonna find you. Anton, I believe in you. You can do this! The strongest character in the Trail series. Quite some time since we were last here. No matter how long I'm away, I don't think I'll ever be able to divorce this place from my memories of our field study. Say that again. Man, we had no idea what we were in for back then, did we? We've really grown a lot. That we have. We owe our transformation to the experiences we've shared and the people who've supported us along the way. We should be careful not to forget the debt of gratitude we owe each and every one. truly grown since we came here on our first field study. We owe that growth to the experiences and personal connections of our field studies provided us with. We can't forget that. I see you're doing as well as ever, Squirrel. I can say the same to you. Focusing on selling daily necessities is certainly a sound plan. You've even set your prices well. I guess something with my gut for the most part. I was expecting to make quite this much from it, though. Maybe I was just born with it. I hate to admit, but she's right. Most merchants couldn't get by being quite that careless. I'm pleased to see that Maurice is doing well for herself. I'll have to pick up the pace if I want to catch up to her. Better make the most of my upcoming business meeting. Seems like Squirrel's gathering up info and using that to make his profits. He'll me some pretty interesting stuff, too. We'll see if it comes in handy when I get my next batch of goods in. Hello. Ooh, here they are. The heroes who conquered the Twin Dragon's Bridge themselves. Thanks, but heroes might be overdoing it. I'm just teasing. Give yourself some credit, though. It's thanks to you that the provincial army's gone. We really owe you one. It's not much, but here, this one's on the house. Tomato stew. Thanks, ma'am. It looks delicious. It'd be rude not to accept it after you took the time to make it. Seems like you played a big role over at the Twin Dragon's Bridge too, Sarah. You made me all proud. I guess the best way to reward you is with a drink, right? Now you're talking. Bring on the booze! Try not to drink yourself into oblivion. The Armor Division's captain came over to greet us earlier. Not too familiar with the Imperial Army, but he seemed like a nice enough man. Maybe things will be peaceful again. Thanks again for everything. Good luck with whatever else you got planned. There's nothing like an ice-cold beer after exercising. But he wouldn't give for a stock of this stuff on the Courageous. You're not filling up our hold with kegs, and that is final. Come on, I was just joking. Mostly. Seems like Sarah had a big part in that battle as well. It's funny when you compare how she usually is to how she is on the job, isn't it? I guess I'll keep her company while she's drinking today. Well, it may be under the Imperial Army's jurisdiction now. Our main concern is still getting the railroad back to normal. To that end, we have to deal with both the Provincial and Imperial Army. That's about as difficult as it sounds, too. We'll need some way to handle this effectively. Little do they know it involved flipping Louise's skirt. Oh, York, you can't just mess around just because you're struggling for ideas. Get those gears turning for the town's sake. How brazen of me. I'm actually in the middle of gathering information for our negotiations with both armies. I mean it. Interesting, old man. Alright, so that's what we do here. So like the whole thing is like we can't go to the West Celtic Highway. Let's just make a save here just so we don't accidentally leave. Let's see. Still some time before we have to leave. They head back to the Courageous now? Hearing the Courageous call the main story to advance. Enhancing bonding events will no longer be available. We're gonna stay outside. Because, who knows? We missed anything. It was scary watching all those soldiers pass by, and Jake apparently couldn't pass up an opportunity to put dirt in my shoes. He really will take any chance he gets. Get back here, Jake! I thought about it a whole bunch, and now I know why Jake and Susie argue so much. They're probably bitter rivals in a past life, and now they're destined to clash forever. That has to be it. They'd never argue so much if it weren't. I know I'm right about this. I have proof. I've only ever seen them argue. Gotta admit, this Susie's getting good these days. The soldiers scared her real good, though. She's still got a long way before she can avoid being pranked. You just seen her face when she noticed. Hi, Rosine. How nice to see that you've been in good health since we last met. I was admittedly a little worried after our last parting. I hadn't heard so much as a whisper on your whereabouts. Sorry, we didn't mean to worry you. And coming off that, it might not be the best bargaining tactic. Would we tempt you to join us on the Courageous? I'm trying to build a crew of as many Thor students as possible right now. Me? I'm afraid not. While I'd like to go, I feel as though I'm making significant progress as a medicine maker here. I'm not saying I won't ever be able to join you. I'm just afraid I must ask you to wait a while. Is that alright? That's fine with us. We'll come back and catch up again later. Still, let me give you something to help you in my absence. I hope they'll prove useful. Thank you. I'm sure they will. I would join you, but between the progress I'm making in my studies and the good they seem to be doing, I just can't. As soon as I reach a point where I can put them on hold, I'll be sure to join you and help in whatever way I can. But in the meantime, please do take care of yourselves. Apparently they're going to hold a Sunday school class right here really soon. They did those in the chapel in Trista too, right? Oh man, this is so cool. What do they like anyway? Yep, Wait, you never been to Sunday school? No, sorry. I don't feel like I missed out on anything either. Even if hearing kids getting educated does make me think about the academy all over again. It must be tough having to go to school when you're that young. Still, kind of brings back good memories of the academy, so maybe it's not all bad. A lot of us are having trouble coming to terms with no longer being under Duke Albarea's rule. The Albarea's family's been in charge of this town for a long time after all. That's why we're all so uncomfortable about it. Nobody has any idea how this is going to change things. I just hope things will be peaceful from here on. We have no way of knowing what will change now that Duke Albarea is no longer in control. Rosine recently started learning how to make medicine. She's taken to it very well. I should add, I believe she's mastered the basics already. At this rate, it won't be long before we can leave her in charge of tending to those coming in with minor injuries. It's a true relief that no harm came to the town after all that commotion. I can only imagine how many casualties would have emerged had the two armies clashed here. I'll be holding services so that the people can give their thanks to Adios for keeping us all safe. I'm sure doing so would be a good way to help ease the townfolk's nerves. Everything happened so suddenly that it's left a lot of people here feeling uneasy. Let us pray for peace in the future and thank Adios for protecting us all. That's everybody in the church then. These girls here. Let's head into here. These are the Courageous. We landed our first big deal in a while. We'll be helping to resupply it. Great news, right? Not if you're my old man. He's not really into the idea of profiting off a big deal like this. He's gonna have to learn a little bit of flexibility one of these days, or we'll really get in trouble. It's almost impressive how my old man continually seems to deny that we are in fact a business. Which means it's all on me to make sure we actually turn a profit. Guess the provincial army left while I was busy working. Not that it matters around here. Otto's the only man who represents this town in our books. We don't need provincial army or a noble alliance. Never have, never will. Don't matter to us if the provincial army's gone or not. We'll do things the way we always have. What else would you expect from some blacksmith out in the boonies? Alright, what do you have to sail for us? Because that is correct grammar. Obviously. See, nothing new, unfortunately. See, shop, buy, you got nothing. Master Quartz, you don't have anything. That is pretty disappointing. And I don't even think I can upgrade anybody's slots much either, can I? I'm missing 8. I'm missing 8 Winsepet for that. Nice. Alright, let's see. You? Huh. Surprised at the stark difference between the Imperial Army and Provincial Army. They're even going around asking if there's anything to do to help us. Guess the Reformists really are the more amiable faction after all. I've never been really actively supported either faction yet, but seeing them at work really has made me want to support the Reformists. What you got? Issue 4. Get better stuff. Looks like the next Imperial Chronicle is going to be all about the Imperial Army taking over the Twin Dragons Bridge. The problem is whether or not I'm actually going to get my hands on that issue. Dang it! When are they going to get the strange schedules back to normal? If they don't get their butts in gear soon, my business is done for. I don't even give a damn about this war. I'm just going to be out of business without anything to sell. Maybe Otto might know some way to get the Chronicle in. I'll have to ask. I heard all about the Provincial Army's crushing defeat. It was almost impressive how quickly and effectively they fled. I can't believe the same people who spent all day boasting about their accomplishments. Simply despicable, I say. It doesn't really matter which army takes up residence here in the end, but I'm just annoyed at how the Provincial Army could talk the talk but not walk the walk. I think I'm more ready than ever to take back Thors now. We can do this, Reen, no matter what it takes. In the end, we'll get our home back. I know we will. I think it did me good to see everyone again and finally thank them properly. But I don't feel as though we've repaid them yet. We'll have to keep on fighting until we do. Alright, Otto. Any good news? Oh, you're in your school uniform? What's the occasion? I wanted to come along and to give my regards to the market manager, so I'm using this as my secret disguise. Putting this on reminds me back when you first met at St. Astria. Same here. It really suits you. Nope, just seeing it. I can't help but wonder if Elise is alright. I have a question, Reed. Oh, what's on your mind? On second thought, never mind. I'm returning to the Courageous after I'm done here. There is something I'd like to suggest to you, though. On second thought, never mind. What is it? It isn't the hard workers from Thors. I hear you were quite busy today. I must say, I nearly had a heart attack when I heard you would be taking on those soldats. I hope none of you got hurt. We're all fine. It's good to see that you're looking well, too. I heard that the Provincial Army are treated without much issue. Indeed. They left in a flurried panic, but no harm came to the townsfolk during that. I really can't thank you all enough for what you've done for this town. It never would have been possible without all the support we received. Yet this peace wouldn't have been possible in the first place without you. Townsfolk are ecstatic about all this. Please, make yourselves at home during your stay. It's the least we can do to show our gratitude. Thank you, sir. We'll do just that. Allow me to thank you all once more. Granted, not everything's been resolved. There's still a number of issues we still have to iron out with the other parties. There's no need to concern yourselves with that. However, we'd like you to take this opportunity to relax while you can. So who's upstairs now? Oh man, they just decided to leave me in charge of preparing important documents out of nowhere. Right, calm down. First priority is making sure I got everything together before the market manager heads out. These negotiations will have a huge impact on Kelder, so I need to be on the ball here. If I can successfully handle this, I'll be one step closer to becoming a proper merchant. Let's do this. Keldrick's now effectively removed from Duke Alvarea's rule. Considering he was the one who collected taxes and enforced the law, all that is up in the air now. We need to decide on to handle those things for ourselves, or there will be problems down the line. The most pressing problem is how the railway will operate from here on out. Otto plans on holding negotiations regarding that. I still need to get everything ready for him, actually. The Noble Alliance holds both Heimdallr and Breahard under its control. It's still uncertain whether or not we'll be able to get the trains up and running like they used to. We'll do everything we can, though, for the sake of the town and its people. My allergies are not being kind right now. This guardhouse is now under the command of the 4th Armored Division. We've taken the liberty of replacing all the provincial army flags with our own. Based on my observations, it's not an especially impressive base of operations. Still, our role here in Celtic is to maintain public order, so it should serve us well enough in that regard. Oh, hello there. I heard all about your work at the Twin Dragons Bridge. The Provincial Army gave Celtic up without much of a fight, which is surprising. The fact that it's an important location in the railway system means that losing it must have been a rather big hit. Who knows? Maybe it'll serve as a big step towards bringing this civil war to an end. Celtic being in our hands means we'll be able to use part of the railway system now. Chances are the RMP will be busier than ever now thanks to that. Station ourselves here in Celtic from now on. We owe you our gratitude as well. Thanks to your help, we now have extra supplies from the Twin Dragons Bridge as well as those provided to us from here. I've gone and conducted a thorough inspection of the town. It's definitely too small to station an armor unit here, but doing so may have caused unrest either way. As such, the job here in Celtic will simply be to maintain public order. We'll also be working closely with the RMP to prevent any and all attacks coming from Trista. While the Provincial Army may have retreated, they did so with most of their firepower intact. We'll have to keep our guard up. But for now, the main priority is to maintain the public order in Celtic. You're all from Thor's, right? Good work back there. Many of us in the 4th Division cared dearly for Fiona, so we can't thank you enough for rescuing her. It took all of our willpower to contain our anger over her being taken hostage, we told. Kidnapping others, even if they are related to a military officer, simply cannot be forgiven. Fiona's akin to family for many of us. We can't thank you enough for rescuing her. The 4th Armored Division is currently using this guardhouse as a base of operations. There's sensitive information inside, so I'm afraid I'll have to ask you to turn back. Alrighty then. The Provincial Army routed, peace has finally returned to this town. It may only be temporary, but for now, that's something worthy of celebration. Nice to have good news for a change. Planning on hitting the town, Emma? Oh, hello, Reen. Something like that. I was going to take a little walk over to Lunaria Nature Park. Oh? This wouldn't have anything to do with Celine and I sensing the higher elements last time we were there, would it? Yes, actually, she told me all about it. I thought it might be a good idea for me to go and take a look for myself. Shouldn't be too much trouble for me. The monsters around there aren't especially challenging. I'm going to take a look at Lunaria Nature Park. I should be able to take care of this one on my own. The monsters there aren't all that strong. Oh, looks like Becky's gonna come with us. I thought Becky cheered up, but she's been thinking about lots of stuff these days. She shut herself in her room earlier and hasn't come out since. Weird. What's she even doing? My husband's been acting very strangely lately. He's been putting most of his profits aside for something. He's been ordering new goods with loan money, too. I just can't fathom why he'd do something like this, especially with times as hard as they are. I hope he doesn't think I haven't noticed what he's doing. I'm the one managing his finances, and he knows it. I just wish that I knew what he was thinking. It's so unlike him to take on a debt at a time like this. Becky! Come with us, Becky! Every time, Irene. Hey there, Becky. Looking much better than the last time we saw you. You got yourself to thank for that. You went absolutely mental over the Twin Dragons Bridge, didn't you? I can't believe you didn't tell me that they were doing that beforehand. Sorry about that, but yesterday was the first chance we'd had We had to come to Celtic in a long time. What, does this mean you're up for coming with us? Damn right. Got a bunch of stuff lays at the Grand Market, so I'm ready to go. I want to take no for an answer, too. Didn't think you would. More than glad to have you aboard. Land the Courageous not far from here, so I can introduce you to everyone lit. No need for that. I'm heading now. Gotta brush up on my merchant skills while I got the chance. Now that wee daft Hugo will never know what hit him. Nice to have her back in high spirits. I'll give her the rundown of everything on the ship later. Because Becky was welcome aboard the Courageous. Yes! Here, you're in charge of taking care of Becky. She's a wee bit clumsy sometimes, so watch out. Gotta keep her safe, too. Remember, and keep Becky safe. Please, take good care of Becky. I can't deny that I'm going to worry about her, but that's what a mother does. And now it's my duty to support her, no matter what path she takes. If her heart's set on using all of her merchant skills to help you, it's exactly what she should do. Still, would you mind keeping an eye on her for me? Nothing extreme, just make sure she stays alright. Becky seems pretty dead set on playing a part in bringing that war to an end. I'm not going to pretend that I'm not worried sick about her, but I want to support her in her decision. So please, try to keep an eye on her in my place. Okay. Will do. Alright, let's talk to everybody towards the Grand Market area. Hey guys. Just look at that windmill off in the distance. Amazing, aren't they? I wonder what led people to think harnessing the wind's blessings like that. Perhaps the wind's the reason this market's merchants are as resilient as they are. I'm impressed that this town's people thought to build structures that harvest the blessings of the wind. Perhaps its merchants owe their resilience to the wind's constant presence. Whew, it's been a while since I did business at the Grand Market. I'm beat. Times like this make me want to brew up a nice cappuccino, sit back and relax. Speaking of, I can teach you the tricks of making a mean cappuccino if you like. Yeah, sure, that works. I tried doing some business over the Twin Dragons Bridge Inn, but that didn't plan out too well in the end. Mainly because doing so relied on the Transcontinental Railroad being restored, which won't be happening anytime soon. Guess it worked out in the end though, since I caught wind of some sort of military scuffle taking place there. I'm a bit disappointed things didn't work out, but I should consider myself lucky that I left before that mess went down. My biggest concern right now is the fact that I can't get my hands on Eastern spices anymore. I have to consult with Otto on what to sell in their place. What you got? Bitter juice. A bunch of random ingredients. Yes. Let's see, I'm guessing... Oh, there we go. Yep. Don't have access to everyone. Not yet. The story really is a mystery to me. But today's the day. It's time to figure out whether the stuff here is worth buying or not. Let's see. Knife designed for mincing and an orbital corkscrew. I can't tell if I'd be getting my money's worth with these. It's hard to tell whether or not I'd be getting my money's worth for the stuff here. Now my sense of value is all muddled up again. Hey there, take a look at this razor that's been fitted with an alarm clock. You'll be waking up and looking sharp with this. So, the Imperial Army is here to replace those provincial army troublemakers, huh? They all seem like a rowdy bunch, which is fortunate. Maybe now I'll finally get some business done. Doesn't seem like the Imperial Army troops will be giving me any hassle, which is a relief. We even got youngsters like you visiting, so this might be a prime time to get some business done. What do you even have? You do happen to have Gambler Jack Chapter 10. Huh. I actually have every single chapter of Gambler Jack, but not 2 yet. Wonder we'll get the next chapter. All white troops, I heard all about your little rescue mission. Cannot believe you chased off those provincial vampots. Pure brilliant. If you need any food, I'm your man. I'll even throw in something extra special for you. You couldn't say much while they were here, but the provincial armies are really making life all hell for us. So hey, should have sorted them out. Really owe you one. Whoops. So what you got? My disappointment is immeasurable. Step right up, folks. We got another big sale coming today as well. Just in case you didn't feel like these prices were enough of a steal, here you go. A bit of a goodwill on my part. Hey! Step right up, folks. We got works here. Got the works here. Cheese and wine, magazines, accessories, you name it. Last I heard, the provincial army's been cleared out, but that ain't any of my concern, though. Doesn't matter if they're here or not. My top priority is making sure the store keeps running. Feast your eyes on these babies. Everyone in Heimdall is clamoring to get their hands on accessories slick as these. We all know how tough it is to travel these days, so you ain't gonna find anyone else selling them. Gotta be quick though, otherwise we'll be gone in the blink of an eye. You got nothing. Oh hey! I can see it in your eyes, young ones. You're questioning my presence here, are you not? There's no need for surprise, though. Those who have a passion for freedom are guided by love itself. And now the time has come to heal the downtrodden citizens of Celtic with my soothing melody. I insist that you all listen as well. Let us thank Adios for allowing us to be here on this day. And now lend an ear as I offer up a most graceful melody for her. Okay. War seems to be moving in a somewhat different direction now. Some may be under the impression that the Noble Alliance will make up for this loss with ease, but my gut tells me it's going to have a considerable effect on things down the line. Call it my merchant's intuition, if you will. Duke Alberea has a tendency to be overly confident in his own supremacy. He's not likely to consider this a threat to the Alliance's dominance, but that in itself may be his own undoing. Hi, Elliot. Whew, I'm so relieved that Fiona's safe and sound. We shouldn't have to worry about her as long as she's with Dad either. Yeah, there's no guarantee that she won't run into danger in the future. But next to your dad, it's a pretty safe place to be. Just glad everything worked out in the end. I wouldn't have if not for you and Valimar, though. The rest of our classmates, of course. It wouldn't be easy to repay you, but I'll be sure to help out as best I can. Come on, been through enough that you don't have to worry about repaying us. Just make some time for us for now. Oh, I know. While I'm here, I might as well go listen to that fiddle player. I probably won't get a better chance than now, right? I think traveling the land and playing music for everyone who listens sounds like a pretty great way to live, personally. Seems like he travels a lot, too. I remember seeing his face during our field study in Heimdall and at the Academy Festival. Honestly, I'll probably never get a better chance to actually hear how he plays than right now. Take it. Honey fact time! It's a common misconception that bees make honey simply by gathering the nectar together from different flowers. There's more to it than that. Once the nectar is gathered, the bees pass it to one another while chewing it until it finally turns into honey. This unique process makes honey a product we humans can never make on our own. Aren't bees amazing? That really was quite the funny sight earlier. I don't think I've ever seen the provincial army turn tail so quickly before. In fact, they were so fast I could have mistaken them for a swarm of bees returning to their nest. You only sell honey, right? Uh-huh. Hi, Toa. Thanks for helping me with all that. I feel like I still need a lot more practice before I could be of any use in a fight, but I'll keep at it. At the very least, I want to get strong enough to protect myself so I don't slow anyone down in a battle. Well, unless there's anybody out on the highway, that's everybody. I should focus on getting some rest for right now. Alright. Well, gotten as much rest as we possibly need, so let's head back to the Courageous then. My ear. Still some time before we have to leave. Should I head back to the Courageous now? Returning to the Courageous will cause the main story to advance. Any unseen bonding events will no longer be available.
Leaving so soon?
Yes. Well, look who it is.
You're...
I see you remember me after all. That's quite the honor, Reen Schwarzer.
Just who in the world are you? I'm aware how you've been supporting both us and Major Nightheart from the shadows. But you're a little too suspicious for your own good. Why do you know my name? And what exactly are you trying to accomplish?
There's no need to be hasty. But the time has finally come for me to reveal my true identity to you.
No.
Ta-da! 'Tis I, Thomas, your favorite instructor! What?
Instructor Thomas Lysander.
It's certainly been a while since you've enjoyed the bliss of one of my enthralling lessons, hasn't it?
I don't think he was ever voiced in the first game either.
I trust you've been doing well.
Why are you of all people here? Wait, no. The better question is, why were you in disguise in the first place?
An excellent question. And, fortunately, one with a simple answer as well. You see, I simply wanted to avoid any trouble that might arise if anyone were to place me as one of Thor's instructors. I must be a master of disguise, because it works so well that no one ever suspected me.
Well, he was more suspicious
I think
after
I need
all
a minute
that.
to process all of this. So you're the one who helped us back at the Twin Dragons Bridge?
Indeed, 'twas I. My goal was to aid you as covertly as I could manage. But there's no need to lurk in the shadows any longer. I pledge my support, my life, my love.
Love?
From now on, you can sleep easier at night knowing I'll be right there.
Isn't this all a bit sudden? Though, I suppose it will be helpful to have another instructor on board.
After gladly welcoming the new allies on board, Reen and the rest of Class 7 took flight once again to assess the situation in Erebonia.
Wow, that must have been tough.
Please be S rank.
I'm so proud of you, Reen.
Yay! I finally got one S rank. Sunday, touring Erebonia 2. Oh my, this ship is simply spectacular. There's something to captivate the eye at every turn. I've been dying to board the Courageous for quite some time, so being here now is a dream come true. Oh, right. And all my dreams were dashed the second I learned that the suspicious man turned out to be Instructor Thomas. I know how you feel. So much for a super cool action hero. I don't know. No, he comes across as an airhead to me, but maybe there's more to him than I thought. Instructor, what exactly made you leave Trista? Actually, it was Principal Van Dyke. He wanted me to look out for all the students who had fled the academy. Make sure they're alright, covertly lend them a hand if they were in a pickle, that sort of thing. Really? And now, those two the principal that George and I were able to reunite with everyone too. The more time goes on, the more people realize have been looking out for us. Tell me about it. You have so much to be thankful for. Make sure you never forget that. Regardless, now that we've taken care of things at the Twin Dragons Bridge, I propose we resume traveling around and gathering information. For me, thanks to our operation being a complete success, we should be able to land at Celtic and the bridge too. So, like Yusa said, get back to gathering information and helping out those in need. Got any requests for us to knock out? Yep. Prince Oliver sent along some more, so feel free to take a look. I'll make a wreck out of you. I'd like to put your Divine Knight skills to the test. An opportunity presents itself. Meet me at the main corridor of the Twin Dragon's Bridge. Nightheart. I'm just getting wormed up. Terrible news, Reen. Malevolent worm has swallowed Toa whole. What will the courageous do without its darling marshmallow mascot? Okay, that was a fabrication. But just think, what if she had been swallowed? You'd surely do your best to kill that monster, no? Monster Visworm and the Gorilla Byroad 2. Aside. Creeping for creeps. Andrew Baggins. The Outdoor Bazaar has been host to a variety of strange things lately. While this isn't an urgent request, I would really appreciate it if you would come help us and investigate why. For further details, please speak to me at the front desk of the Phoenix Wings. Baggins. Whoa, we got all kinds of different ones this time. I certainly wasn't expecting to see one from Major Neidhart, especially one involving Valimar. Wonder what he wants. I'm sure he'll elaborate once we're there. If we can take care of that and the extermination request, we should be okay. These look like so much fun. Can I come this time? Can I? You do know this isn't a game, right? Well, it's not like she can't hold her own in a fight. Why not? Anyway, let's get started. It is temporarily not possible to remove Million from the party. Oh boy. Conform. You can now stop by Becky's trade shop on the 3rd floor of the Courageous. At this shop, some goods can be exchanged for more rare or valuable ones instead. Remains that have been missed in previous chapters of the story are occasionally available by his curios too, so be certain to check back frequently. Items on our road change each time you enter the shop. You might even find rare items from chests and elsewhere. Okay. So we have our quest that we need to do, but let's see. That'll do. I'm gonna call it a little bit earlier than I usually do, but I'm tired, so I'll see you whenever next time is, I guess. And have a good night then. Till whenever next time is.